Well, the weather is getting colder, but none of the Mount Union or Baldwin Wallace women's soccer players' determinations are. We are live here from Tressel Field, George Finnie Stadium, here in Berea, Ohio, as we will do battle in a tough OAC women's soccer matchup. Good evening, everybody. My name is Noah Ricks, giving you the play-by-play here on Flow College. Today's Yellow Jacket women's soccer game is being brought to you by University Hospital's Drzinski Sports Medicine Institute, a proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes, and by BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. And we will get this kickoff underway as it appears Baldwin Wallace will be wearing pink jerseys tonight to support breast cancer awareness here in Pinktober. And now, number 7 for the Raiders, Rachel Washburn, got a piece of that ball, and now back onto the other third. And now we're around the middle third. It's a fight for that loose soccer ball. Around that sideline we go. BW trying to get some traction, only 3-9-2 on the year, and only having scored 10 goals. But here tonight, against a tough Mount Union squad, especially a huge rivalry game in the OAC, they will definitely look to fight for what could be an upset win, trying to get it off to Baldwin Wallace's number 16, Maria D. And hustling back to get it is D. D gets a piece of that for a second. Well, it looks like Mount Union will take it back on the other side. And the shot by Rachel Washburn was blocked by a Yellow Jacket. As a 45-minute first half is just about a minute gone by. Here on Flow College, they get it off to Madeline Bullis. Madeline Bullis, the senior from Pittsburgh, tries to feed it off to her teammate. That was Rachel Chinos. And it looks like they're going to say out of bounds and BW soccer ball. Number 42, Lexi Thompson to throw it in for the Yellow Jackets. Back here to Thompson as BW is in the Mount Union third, but it goes back into their own third as hustling back to get it was number 3, Ella James, the junior from Loveland. And out of bounds. So a lucky break here for Mount Union as they will look to attack Baldwin Wallace's third for the first time here tonight. And a good pickup by the goalie for Baldwin Wallace. The goalie for Baldwin Wallace appears to be Kelly Carver, number 1. And a good block there. And the kick is just too high. Just too high for number 14, Lauren Bailey, the senior from St. Paris. So, the goal kick coming up for Kelly Carver. Both of these teams are separated only by 65 miles. Just taking the turnpike down to Alliance, you'll find Mount Union. But BW trying to get a good line drive kick, but that is going to go out of bounds. So the Raiders will get this possession back. And here comes the quick throw-in. Then actually that grazes along the line, but the flag goes up. The green and orange flag goes up. So it will be Baldwin Wallace to throw it in. Now Baldwin Wallace keeping on their own third for now, but they kick it down to the middle third. Looks like Washburn. No, excuse me. That might be Riley Hutton, number 2, getting in there for the Raiders, the Purple Raiders. Good feed there by Madeline Bullis. As they are around the far end and they're trying to push. But BW possession now. And it's neck and neck we go. So Baldwin Wallace actually able to score 16 goals throughout their first 12 games of the season, having given up 14. They are currently around like 500, if you can say that, 5-2. Currently on a 2-game winning streak right now. Back on the 15th, they defeated Muskingum on the road down in New Concord 3-0, and they defeated Heidelberg at home on Saturday 2-1. out of 152 attempts. And now here comes BW on the offensive end. And shot blocked. Good block there by the Purple Raiders. Purple Raiders trying to get some traction. They feed it to Bullis. Bullis trying to get off of Lexi Thompson and kick out of bounds. No. And yes, finally it goes out of bounds. As it appears Lexi Thompson will field it in. Will throw it in. And it was just grazing along that yellow line, that yellow out of bounds line. Trying to get some separation was Genevieve Smith for Baldwin Wallace, number 31, the freshman from Greensburg, Indiana. The feed by Lauren Bailey, number 14, the Purple Raiders. And a good, almost takeaway. And back and forth we go. Both teams really attacking on offense early. As we are 5 minutes in. And Madeline Bullis hustles in to get it there and feeds it off to Rachel Chinos. Rachel Chinos has a good look, but good defense and a goal there as they feed it to Madeline Bullis. 1-0 Mount Union. So Madeline Bullis gets it in for another goal on her resume. Her 6th point of the year, it appears. As with 39:35 to go in the first half. In the 5th minute, Mount Union strikes first. They lead 1-0 in this OAC battle. Both teams are 2-2 in the OAC. And take it here by number 11, Sean Blake, the sophomore from Avon, for Mount Union. Mount Union coached by Ashley Freed in her 3rd season at the helm. She was an assistant coach in the 2021 to 22 seasons before she got this job in 2023. Mount Union playing a little keep away as Blake feeds it off around that sideline. And Madeline Bullis trying to hustle down on the defender. It appears that was number 5, Carly Behringer, for Baldwin Wallace, the senior from Blacklick. It's taken by the goalie, Carver, who just rolls it. No goal kick that time for Carver. Kelly Carver playing over 1,100 minutes this year as a goalie with 84 saves. And trying to get it here for Baldwin Wallace was number 20, Sophie Kirsten. And right there to the goalie for Mount Union. That is Leanne Williams. So Leanne Williams actually won Player of the Week this past week, the week of October 20th, the sophomore from Poland in the Youngstown area. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting that wrong. That is actually Rachel Chinos winning the Player of the Week. Chinos and Blake. But nevertheless, good goalie on that end for Mount Union as she picks it up right here. So yes, Mount Union did have 2 players win OAC Weekly Awards, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. Rachel Chinos and Shauna Blake, respectively. Chinos offensive, Blake defensive. Well, here we go. BW getting it back. It's Mia Fortunis. Kick it there, but a lot of black jerseys in that vicinity. And the kick stays in bounds. It's picked up by Rachel Chinos. And Chinos trying to get it down the middle, trying to feed it back was number 19, Molly Rutherford. And here comes a kick that's just too far to the left for BW's Maria D. Maria D., the sophomore from Vermilion, played her ball at Elyria Catholic. unsuccessful on that attempt. And here comes that goal kick from Leanne Williams. Lexi Thompson gets the feed, and now we're back at the middle third. And winning that advantage for a second was Lauren Bailey. It's taken back by Mount Union's Rachel Chinos. Rachel Chinos, a sophomore from Hilliard. And Boulis just dodges Kirsten there as she was able to maintain that catch and go. Good footwork, and Madeline Boulis, her shot's blocked by the goalie, Kelly Carver. So Kelly Carver comes in at just the last second to prevent another Boulis goal. And here comes that goal kick coming for Carver, taken by Washburn of the Purple Raiders. Purple Raiders getting a lot of good looks early on as we are almost 10 minutes into this one. Here in the first half, as number 31 tracking it down for BW, Genevieve Smith. And taken by the goalie, Leanne Williams. Leanne Williams. Just 25 minutes shy of 1,000 this year as she gets her goal kick off. With 45 saves coming into this one. And taken by the Purple Raiders, Eleanor Bush, the junior who played out in Painesville, Concord Township, played at Riverside High School. She is a junior for the Purple Raiders, and that kick is out of bounds by number 19, Molly Rutherford. So BW ball as Lexi Thompson to field it in and feeds it off to Genevieve Smith, who gets it off to her teammates, is playing a little cat and mouse game out here right now. Around the middle third, a head bump by BW's number 12, Elise Papp, the sophomore from Bay Village. So taken here by Boulis. Boulis trying to get some good separation. Boulis playing in 11 games this year with a shot on goal percentage of 0.304. As we got a stoppage of play here with 33:42 on the clock. Excuse me, Ned. Thought it may have been a penalty going on, but it looks like it's just to say it is BW possession. As Lexi Thompson will once again throw in. And get a little free kick off here. She's doing it all the way from the sideline. And that is a kick inside. And BW trying to get some traction. This is a team that only has 2 first-half goals all year, so they want to get some offense going in this first half. It's a must against a Mount Union team that has only given up 14 goals so far this year. Mount Union a little more middle of the road. But they're trying to show why they have BW's numbered here tonight, as the shot there well outside of the goal. And we got the goal kick coming for Kelly Carver. Kelly Carver, her goal kick, well in bounds, but this time it goes out of bounds. And a kick there by Mount Union. Boulis was around the traction, but the kick going well out of bounds again. So this is just the only meeting this year between these two OAC schools. No home and home. It's just a one-and-done series in the OAC. And last year, in 2024, Mount Union one at home against BW on Breast Cancer Awareness Night, nonetheless, 3-1. So this is BW's Breast Cancer Awareness Night. As Lexi Thompson holding her hands up in disbelief as she let it go out of bounds. The throw-in by Mount Union. Trying to get it there for the Purple Raiders was Blake Eddy, number 20. She's a freshman from Avon. Around the middle third, they kick it in to the Mount Union third this time. Good defense by what appears to be number 11, Sean Blake. And they kick it across the field. Someone right there for BW to get back on it. We are almost 15 minutes in, 30 and a half minutes to be exact, to go in this half number one. A goal scored by Madeline Bullis, and that is your only goal so far. As the free kick coming from just outside the box. BW will get the throw in this time around. So it appears that BW trying to get a little psychological advantage. They saw that Mount Union won last year in Breast Cancer Awareness Night. Hopefully, on their end, they look to get a Breast Cancer Awareness Night against Mount Union of their own this year, here in 2025. As the throw-in here by the Yellow Jackets, trying to find that angle, but a lot of defense for Mount Union. They're just really bunching in around the box. That is kind of their game plan so far, and it's been working. And here comes that little pooch punt off the goal kick from number 0, Leanne Williams. Getting it back was Elise Papp, and Papp kicks it back into the Mount Union third. Trying to track down on defense was number 17, Eleanor Bush. Can they find that seam? No, they can't. They can't find that good look, and the kick unsuccessful and too far yet again. You're going to be getting another free kick off as Eleanor Bush will get the free kick from just on the tip of the box. It looks like Kirsten was in there. It was a little 2-on-1. She had a disadvantage. And a good head bump there by Rachel Washburn. No, excuse me, that's Rachel Washburn taking it now. And that was number 1, Rachel Chinos, with the head bump. And here comes Madeline Bullis with the good acceleration. She's around the box and it's outside. And Rachel Chinos to throw in. She finds Rachel Washburn. Back here to Chinos and partially blocked by Maria D. for BW. But another throw-in coming here for Chinos. Rachel Chinos, the offensive player of the week this past week for Mount Union, throws it in. Mia Fortunis. And now back on Mount Union's end as number 19, Molly Rutherford, gets tripped up a little bit by number 19 of BW, Bailey Olin. Bailey Olin, the senior from Medina, nearby Medina. And it looks like the goal kick coming away for Kelly Carver. It's a soft one, to say the least. Now they find Rachel Chinos. Chinos into the middle and taken by Lexi Thompson. Back to Thompson on the head bump, and Fortunis just gets it off of Washburn. But taken back by Chinos, and being tripped up a little bit was Maria D., but the throw in here by Chinos. Now Bullis. It's a high one, and BW has a good advantage here as they get it back. But the kick there, that was heading towards Leanne Williams' direction. They're going to say out of bounds. Here as we are approaching the 19th minute. 26 minutes to go here in half number 1. It's still Mount Union 1 and BW nothing. And a good sky kick. Back and forth we go again. As it was Molly Rutherford around that vicinity. She gets it right back for Mount Union. Good little screen there by her teammate Lauren Bailey. And it's out of bounds. BW possession. And here comes the throw-in by the Yellow Jackets, led by Coach Jim Woykin in his 9th year. Play his college ball down at Dayton in Western Ohio. But really, building himself a great life out here in the Cleveland metro area. Resides in North Olmsted and just coaching the sport he loves. And really building a good reputation here at Baldwin Wallace here in Berea. Here comes the free kick coming away for the BW Yellow Jackets. As the kick is away to Lexi Thompson. Lexi Thompson back on her own end. She gets it off, taken away by the Purple Raiders for a quick second. That was number 11, Sean Blake. Now Blake kicks it back in to the BW third. And this rolls well into the box as it's taken by Kelly Carver. Carver just rolls it in. That is kind of her little style here in this first half. Lexi Thompson, good line drive kick, but taken back by the Purple Raiders. Keeping it in play is Rachel Chinos. Hustling there for BW is Elise Papp, but Chinos getting back into the action. Now the kick is up and away, but a good head bump by Eleanor Bush. And the wind definitely playing a factor. It's kind of one of the more colder nights here this fall. As the kick sailing out of bounds, yes, you can definitely see the wind just getting some good spirals into that soccer ball right now. It's currently cold. It's 49 degrees. Kind of feels like 42 right now. It did have a little bit of rain today on and off. As of right now, I don't see any rain coming down on the press box window. But obviously, there's still going to be rain coming in and out throughout the remainder of this contest. And you can definitely tell that Mount Union has a lot of speed here. As Anya Stupica got a piece of that action. And the Purple Raiders just keep it in the play. It's all about controlling this third right now. They've been around this third throughout a good chunk of the good portion of this first half. The first portion, as we are nearing 22 minutes, and a trip up there just outside the box. The trip up between Chinos and Behringer for BW. And the throw-in by Chinos coming. We haven't seen any corner kicks yet. Trying to get a good offensive set here right now as they throw it in and partially kicked by Fortunis. And the kick just too up high for number 14, Lauren Bailey. Lauren Bailey, as mentioned, the senior from St. Paris. Unsuccessful in that shot attempt. That's the goal kick by Kelly Carver. Carver's kick is out of play. So Mount Union gets a lucky break there. BW's offense was attacking earlier, but as of late, they haven't really found some good momentum. And that was a good block by Sean Blake. Taken back by Elise Papp, but Sean Blake right there for the hustle for Mount Union. And the kick goes into the box. It's taken by Leanne Williams. And her goal kick is up and away. Elise Papp down at the middle third. Kicking it for a second. And to kick it back to Lauren Bailey. And now with the soccer ball, dribbling it, is Eleanor Bush. It's a little 2-on-1. BW has the advantage. And the flag goes up. Some good defense here by BW. Ella James was one of the girls in the action there. And they still have a good chance to tie up this ball game as we approach the halfway point of this first half. Well over the halfway point of this first half. 20 minutes to go. Keep in mind, this is a game where halves are 45 minutes. In high school, you have 40 minutes, but it's a little bit longer here in college soccer to make it a full 90-minute game. We are under 20 minutes now to go. Number 1, Rachel Chinos will throw it in for the Purple Raiders. And Chinos trying to keep it in bounds, but unsuccessful that time. As it appears, Ella Dinwiddie, number 10, was trying to feed it back to her. Ella Dinwiddie, the junior, played her high school ball at Wadsworth. Now the throw-in coming for Lexi Thompson of the Jackets. Lexi Thompson, the senior, 5'10" from Mainville, Ohio, played at Little Miami. She throws it in. You got to think Little Miami is kind of a far ways away. All the way down in Warren County in the Cincinnati area. But still in the state of Ohio nonetheless. The throw-in coming in for the Yellow Jackets. And we thank Dan Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company, for sponsoring tonight's event. And City Barbecue, serving and creating happiness since 1999. 18 minutes to go here in half number 1. As the ball sails out of bounds and Mount Union possession. So here comes Mount Union once again, just getting some good attacks on offense. As time winding down here in the regular season, maybe just about a little over a week left of the regular season, a week and a half. As after this game, Mount Union will travel to Ohio Northern on Saturday, and next Wednesday they're back home to play host to Marietta, and they will travel down to Columbus next Saturday to take on Capital. So about, after this game, 4 more to play for the Purple Raiders. On the BW end, they're just trying to get some good solid wins under their belt. As after tonight, they have 3 games remaining. A 2-game road stand that will start on Saturday when they travel down to Marietta. And then on Wednesday, they will travel down to out to Heidelberg and Tiffin. And then they will be back here to end the regular season to close it out on Saturday afternoon, next Saturday afternoon, when they play host to Muskingum in the alumni recognition game. And the kick going out of bounds. So it's crunch time here for Baldwin Wallace. In what is an 18-game regular season on their end. And Mount Union, a 17-game regular season on their end. Here comes the goal kick coming away for Mount Union. And the ball game here for the Purple Raiders is number 23, Brianna Bradbury, the freshman from Brunswick. Taken here by Sophie Kirsten. As the whistle blows, and we got a long free kick coming away with 15 and a half minutes remaining here in the first half. The kick is up and away, and nowhere near the goal as it goes out. And Simone Teal for Mount Union is checking in to the ball game. The junior from Cuyahoga Falls actually played at D1 powerhouse Archbishop Hoban. They're definitely a tough powerhouse in football, but they definitely are well-rounded all around in high school athletics. Trying to feed it off to Brianna Bradbury. And now Bullis around the middle third gets it back for Mount Union. Now it's taken by Lauren Bailey. The kick is just inbounds by Ella James. And the flag goes up as it was kicked by a Purple Raider. Both teams trying to stave off the elements, especially with that lake effect wind coming from the lake, maybe from downtown Cleveland and surrounding areas. And here comes that goal kick coming away for Leanne Williams. And a kick back into the Baldwin Wallace third. Head bump by number 5, Carly Berenger. And it's up for grabs. Taken back by Sophie Kirsten. Sophie Kirsten just got out of the 2-on-1. But taken back by the Purple Raiders, number 20, Blake Eddy with the takeaway. And hustling in there appears to be Elise Papp. And the whistle blows as looks like it will be Baldwin Wallace's possession. As it looks like a Purple Raider pushed down a BW defender, it looked like. But now they're around the middle third as that little kick is off, that free kick. Up and away. And the head bump by Madeline Bullis. Getting some separation is Rachel Chinos. She feeds it down the middle to Simone Teal. And now at the middle third goes Molly Rutherford. Rutherford trying to keep it in play and out of bounds. Good defense. It appears to be Fortunis for Baldwin Wallace. As we get a sub here for BW, Delaney Mackey for Baldwin Wallace. She's a freshman from North Olmsted, nearby North Olmsted, just up the road. So really not having to commute very far out here to Berea. It's taken by the goalie, Kelly Carver, for BW. Kelly Carver, the junior from East Amherst, New York. So you're seeing this kind of roster here for BW and Mount Union. You compare the two teams together. Mount Union keeps it more in Ohio and maybe a little Western PA and just one New Yorker. But Baldwin Wallace really going all around. They have girls from Illinois, New Jersey, Michigan, Indiana, PA, West Virginia, and we also got one girl from Washington. from the Spokane Valley. So Coach Woykin really going all around it. Really doesn't matter where they're from. It's just him being able to build those strong relationships from coast to coast, it appears. Especially considering you got a girl from Washington. But here comes that flag going up as we approach 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Still a 1-0 Mountain Union game off a Madeline Bullis kick 5 minutes in. And out of bounds. As BW trying to get back and trying to attack. Taken back by the Purple Raiders. It's just been all Purple Raiders here in the first half as they feed it off to Simone Teal. BW getting it back and trying to feed it off to Delaney Mackey. But once again, Mount Union possession. It's a head bump there by a Yellow Jacket. And today's Yellow Jackets women's soccer game being brought to you by the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1983, and Chuck Rotuno and OE Connection LLC at your global automotive technology provider. So it's a little bit of a head battle around there in the BW third. Now here comes the head bump by Baldwin Wallace's Delane Zura. Delane Zura, the sophomore from Perrysburg in the Toledo area. The clock now reads 9.5 minutes to go and counting. It's a 2-on-1 for Mount Union. And the Purple Raiders will throw it in at that middle third. Elise Pat kick you back into the Mount Union third for just a quick second, but here comes a good hustle by Sophie Kirsten. Mount Union just really attacking right now. They're just really holding on to this time of possession. And that ball sails into the box as it's taken by Leanne Williams. Leanne Williams, her goal kick is up and away. Short of the middle third, but Mount Union once again has possession. The feed from Teal to Eddie. Just some good separation. They're just being methodical and precise. The kick there from BW, Sydney Much. She's a senior from Birch Run, Michigan. Out of play. Mount Union, once again, just having the possession in their favor. 2-on-1 for BW. So it looks like number 16, Jillian Wiersma in the game for the Purple Raiders. A freshman. No, excuse me. Actually, a graduate student from Zanesville. Comes the head bump there. Around the middle third again. And Teal just kicks it a little across the field. Once again, they will do the throw-in, Mount Union. So Mount Union, home record and road record, eerily similar. Mount Union 2-2-1 here on the road, and they're 3-3-1 at home. So it's just really been that kind of middle of the road season for the Purple Raiders. And they have had some close ties at Denison and Kenyon, and some tough defeats at Albion, Waynesburg, and Otterbein, all by 1 goal. So 3 1-goal defeats here this year have really done the Purple Raiders in so far. And the sky kick up and away. The head bump Back to the middle third, and just back and forth again. With 6.5 to go in the first half. It's Baldwin Wallace. Here for a second. Now it's Mount Union possession. Comes the line drive, but right to Sophie Kirsten of the Yellow Jacket. Shots blocked. That was number 19 with the shot, Bailey Olin. Into the box and picking it up is Leanne Williams. Leanne Williams gets her goal kick up and away. A little farther this time to the middle third. Now here comes Madeline Bullis. Taken by Rachel Chinos just down the sideline, but she does find Simone Teal. Simone Teal keeping it in play, but kicking it out of bounds was a BW defender. That was number 4, Eva Messinger. Eva Messinger, who is a sophomore from Elma, New York. We got some subs going in and out with just over 5 minutes to play here first half. And we got a corner kick coming up here for Mount Union. I was spotting where the ball was, but here comes the corner kick up and away. It looks like Rachel Chinos was doing the corner kick duties. And trying to be taken here by number 15, Paige Klingensmith, the junior from Stone Monroe Falls in the Akron area. And now number 20, Blake Eddy, gets it back for Mount Union. Trying to keep that kick in bounds, but it will sail out of bounds. Looks like throwing it in is Ella James. Mount Union once again bunched up. It's a one-on-one, and it's outside. So BW wants to score quickly and badly. As mentioned, they have only scored 2 first-half goals all year long. They're more of a second-half team, it appears. They have 8 goals in the second half this year. And BW is actually coming off a 3-1 defeat on Saturday night at Wilmington after they had a 2-game winning streak with wins over Ohio Northern on the road and Otterbein. Both shutout victories. They defeated ONU 1-0 and defeated Otterbein here last Saturday. Not this Saturday, but the Saturday before that, 3-0. And that Wilmington game on the road was their only game from last week. So this is only their second game in 11 days. And here comes that free kick coming for BW. Less than 3 minutes to play here first half. Mount Union, the score doesn't show it, but they have been dominant, especially on the offensive end, and take it away here by Madeline Bullis. Here comes a hustle, a track down. Can they keep it in play? Yes, but getting it was the goalie, Kelly Carver. So Kelly Carver gets the goal kick off on the punt. As 2 minutes approach, Mount Union just keeping it away yet again. BW trying to stay that in bounds. Trying to get that was number 21, Grace Helmke, the junior from Manchester, Michigan. Here comes the throw, and now it's a 2-on-1 for BW. But good separation from Mount Union's Jillian Wiersma, who made the wise decision to go for that shot, but just a little too far to the left. The wind definitely playing a bit of a factor in that kick. A it kind of had that little weird angle. And it's all about the takeaways as well for Mount Union. The defense, they definitely been bunching up around the box. Good game plan for Coach Ashley Freed. And they're just keeping it away for what appears to be the final minute here of half number 1. BW closing in a little bit, but that ball's rolling out of bounds. And the throwing coming in yet again for Mount Union. Once again, that ball goes out of bounds with 30 ticks to go on this clock. Looks like it's going to be Mount Union possession as a frustrated throw down that soccer ball by that BW player. Now the 2-on-1 for the Yellow Jackets. It's all about the good game plan here for Coach Wycombe, but just unable to execute so far. Under 10 seconds now, and it looks like that will just do it here for half number 1. Maybe just one more goal kick here by Carver, but no, she's not going to get it off. So that will do it here for the first half. A goal here by Madeline Bullis. It's technically been defensive, but it's been a dominant showing on the offensive end by Mount Union. Good time of possession. And halftime here at Baldwin Wallace, it is 1-0 Purple Raiders. You are watching Yellow Jackets women's soccer on Flow College. Today's Yellow Jacket women's soccer game is being brought to you by Barron Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of Yellow Jacket Athletics, and by Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. We're here to start half number 2 here on Flow College. Noah Ricks, your play-by-play announcer from George Finnie Stadium on the campus of Baldwin Wallace University in Berea, Ohio. The Mount Union Purple Raiders coming on the road, traveling 65 miles northwest to Baldwin Wallace. They have a 1-0 lead thanks to a goal in the 5th minute by number 3 Madeline Bullis, the senior from Pittsburgh. Madeline Bullis picked up her 3rd goal on the year with that pickup there in the first half. And the throw-in by number 2 Riley Hutton, the sophomore from Salem in the Youngstown area. Now here comes the track down by number 25 of the BW Yellow Jackets, Delaney Mackey. And the kick in there, no, just outside. She got it in the box, but unsuccessful. And Baldwin Wallace, overall as a unit, only 1 shot on target in the first half. 4 total shots in the first half altogether. They have not really attacked much in the first half as well. 13% of the time they attacked inside the goalie's box. But a different story for Mount Union. 23% in the goalie's box. A difference of night and day. You see BW actually getting some offensive attacking right now in this direction. But Sophie Kirsten, her shot's partially blocked by Mount Union. Mount Union also had 7 shots in that first half with 3 shots on goal. So they're definitely being a lot more aggressive right now. And that time of possession, we were talking about it in the first half. Yes, they are out-leading them 53% to 47. That is Mount Union over Baldwin Wallace. And the free kick coming for the Purple Raiders. Another rough first half. And what has been a very rough year for Baldwin Wallace. Overall, because coming into this game, Baldwin Wallace has only picked up 2 goals overall all year in that first half. And being shut out just keeps it at 2. With 3 games remaining after this one. It's out of bounds. Can Mount Union get back onto the Baldwin Wallace third and attack again? As they did the entire first half. It's up for grabs. And it's out of bounds. It just grazed along that line, but it sails just out. It's kind of a cold, windy night here in Berea. The lake effect wind definitely coming in around upper 40s right now. So it looks like fall is coming a little late this year, maybe a month late. Once again, that kick goes out of bounds. They're grazing along that sideline right now. But a big OAC rivalry game with just under 100 in attendance at 91. And here comes a good attack, taken by Molly Rutherford, who kicks it out of bounds. And the throw-in from the middle third for BW. They find Mia Fortunis. Mia Fortunis had 1 shot in the first half. She was trying to find, it appears to be number 20, Sophie Kirsten. Sophie Kirsten unsuccessful in that battle. So throw-in there by Riley Hutton. Trying to keep it here for BW is Elise Papp. Tracking her down was Ella Dinwiddie of Mount Union. It's a 2-on-1 for the Purple Raiders on Kirsten. And now, Sean Blake, a head bump by Rachel Washburn. Rachel Washburn, a sophomore from Columbia Station in Lorain County. And now here comes Baldwin Wallace. No, Mount Union on offense, Baldwin Wallace on defense. And now here comes the goalie, Kelly Carter. Junior from East Amherst, New York, in the Buffalo area. Her goal kick is up and away. It's a head bump that stays in bounds. And a good kick, good line drive kick. But it's going to sail just around that corner. Mount Union gets another lucky break, as they have been getting throughout the majority of this contest. A lot of lucky breaks here for the Purple Raiders. In terms of time of possession, in terms of offensive attacking, and the free kick coming for Eleanor Bush. Some very tight defense for BW. That shot block, good block. But it's out of bounds. It's going to sail out of bounds. And despite the fact that Mount Union is being dominant right now, it's still only a one-goal game. They just need a little luck to go their way, Baldwin Wallace. Taken here by the goalie, Leanne Williams. Goal kick up and away, just inside that box. Head bump, Rachel Washburn trying to get it there on the side kick. Keeping it away is Sean Blake, as she just kicks it out of bounds. Sean Blake playing an entire first half at 45 minutes. Gives the kick there and taken by BW. Around the middle third we go. Just trying to get out of Washburn's grasp is Mackey. Back at the middle third, here's Riley Hutton. Riley Hutton for Mount Union. Good defense by number 28, Chloe Kirsten. Kirsten will kick it in. Well, actually, throw it in. No, not kick it in. She finds number 11, Kaylin Rich, the junior from Litchburg. Oh, a huge collision there between two defenders for Mount Union and a BW player, a BW offensive player. That was a good, heavy collision inside that box. Throwing coming for Kirsten. Just outside that box we go. Back to Chloe Kirsten. And just snatched away by Leanne Williams. Leanne Williams doing her fair share, getting a shutout right now. Mount Union trying to get their second shutout in 3 games here tonight. The Raiders currently on a 2-game winning streak. After they had a 3-game losing streak previously. So a good bounce back for the Purple Raiders. In that really tough 3-game losing streak, they fell short to Case Western Reserve 4-1, Otterbein 2-1, and Wilmington 3-1. And right now, 2-2 in the OAC against BW, who's also 2-2 in the OAC. Shot blocked by BW, going out of bounds. 36 minutes to go here in half number 2 as we are 9 minutes in. Mount Union throws it in, and BW getting it back for a second. They get complete possession now. Just good defensive hustle here by Mount Union as Riley Hutton tries to feed it off to her teammate, I believe that was Lauren Bailey, number 14, around that box. Looks like a throw-in coming in for Riley Hutton. Hutton, her throw-in. It's a 2-on-1 for BW. But now a back out as Rachel Washburn fed it. She almost got it back. And now Chloe Kirsten. Shot blocked by Hutton. Good defense by Hutton. And the kick is sailing out of bounds. Now a throw-in coming in for Chloe Kirsten. And a sub here for the Yellow Jackets, Olivia Baker, number 26. She is a sophomore from Weirton, West Virginia. Weirton on the panhandle of West Virginia, east of Steubenville, west of Pittsburgh. Around that box, trying to track it down, is Ella James for BW. It's a one-on-one right now between her and Chinos. Now just good little tip-tap there by number 10, Ella Dinwiddie. Mount Union back on the other end. They feed it. Molly Rutherford lost it. And BW gets a good lucky break, but it's up for grabs this time as Rachel Washburn almost got it again for the Purple Raiders. Going back to Mount Union as that was kicked out of bounds by Sean Blake. You're seeing some good intensity right now by both teams. It should be in what is a really close by geography an OAC rivalry. Both teams separated by 65 miles off the turnpike. Alliance in eastern Stark County and Baldwin Wallace in western Cuyahoga County. And here comes that one-on-one. Rachel Chino's got a piece of that. And good snatch away by Leanne Williams. Once again, the goalie coming in at the last second. Goal kick up and away by Leanne Williams. Now it is Lauren Bailey, number 14. Got it for a second. Rachel Washburn. Now the Dinwiddie. Back to Boulis, who has the only goal so far. Now here comes Riley Hutton trying to get some good attacking. A little good one-on-one by Ella James. Good defense by Ella James of BW. Because Mount Union probably had their best look so far here in the second half. 13 minutes in almost. Brianna Bradbury coming back in for Mount Union. Bradbury, the freshman from Brunswick. Checking back in, who played 19 minutes in the first half. One of the key substitutes for Mount Union, who actually had the most minutes coming in off the bench. So Bradbury, definitely a key reserve to look out for if you're BW. 2-on-1 for the Yellow Jackets. But it is Purple Raiders possession all day long. Around the middle third. They find Lauren Bailey. Lauren Bailey gets back into the BW third. And her kick, maybe she was trying to find Hutton, but looks like she got a little flustered there by the defense. So it looks like a goal kick coming up for Kelly Carver. Kelly Carver with 2 saves in the first half. Without 1 goal given up. And juking her out of her shoes was number 23, Brianna Bradbury. Good track down. Looks like that was Boulis for Mount Union, but they just keep it out of grass, Baldwin Wallace. Kelly Carver, once again, another goal kick coming. Goal kick up and away. Now Mia Fortunis trying to get in there for BW. And the Yellow Jackets will get this possession. Baldwin Wallace trying to tie it up here. As we are 15 minutes gone by here in half number 2. And that shot, off the crossbar. Ooh, that was just so close. But no cigar. But now Mount Union, probably their biggest break here of the night. A shot that was just off that upright. Just by the hair of a chin. And good defense again. It looks like Ella James playing some tough defense to start this second half. Ella James did not get much action in the first half, although she did play all 45 minutes. And getting it back here, just kicking it away for BW was Carly Barringer. That ball sails well out of bounds. And it looks like number 3, Madeline Bullis, will do a corner kick from the far end. Kick is up and away, trying to center it here. And it looks like Eleanor Bush was in there for Mount Union. But some tight defense from BW. They are not really clamping down at all. They do find Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie trying to dribble. Now they're just outside that box. They find her, and it's in! The goal for Mount Union. As I'm trying to spot that, I believe that was number 10. Yes, number 10, Ella Dinwiddie. Ella Dinwiddie picking up the second goal here tonight for Mount Union. As Dinwiddie, who has the most goals so far on the team this year at 5, she just picked up her 6. So 2-0 Mount Union as the score just inside the 17th minute for Ella Dinwiddie. The junior from Medina played her ball at Wadsworth High School. But Mount Union gets a more comfortable cushion. And out of bounds, it looks like it's going to stay here with Mount Union unless the official says otherwise. And yes, it's going to be Baldwin Wallace ball. And they throw it in. Mount Union, you got to give credit to their offense throughout this entire match. A goal by Madeline Bullis and a most recent goal by Ella Dinwiddie are the factors right now. It's really telling the story of this game. And defense really clamped down around that box for the Purple Raiders. And that is the main reason why Baldwin Wallace has only shot inside the goalie's box 13% of the time. Here comes that kick. Once again, it's just Mount Union maintaining possession. Now Riley Hutton on the near end. Trying to find Dinwiddie. Now to Washburn. Washburn. Her kick is up and in. Goal for Rachel Washburn. So just like that, in just a matter of 2 minutes, Mount Union taking a 3-0 lead. A goal by Dinwiddie, and now a goal here just 2 minutes apart from that for Rachel Washburn. The offense really lighting up here in the second half for Mount Union. Trying to go to above 500 in the OAC. And the hip bump there. And now Riley Hutton trying to get off of Kaylin Rich for BW. Ooh, a good little back kick for number 17, Eleanor Bush, out of bounds. Now it's just really all Mount Union now in this 3-0 affair. Number 21, Grace Helmke filling in for Baldwin Wallace. And then Chloe Smith filling in for Mount Union. She is a freshman from Austintown Fitch. A throw-in from Helke. Baldwin Wallace is trying to find some answers right now. A team just coming off a defeat after having a 2-game winning streak. And this is a team right now that has not been able to get on the board 5 times this year. So you look at it, actually 6 times if you count a tie. They were shut out 5 times and tied 0-0 first game of the season at Geneva. So offense definitely has not been a strong point so far for BW this year. That flag goes up as 24 minutes to go. We are approaching the halfway point here in half number 2, which would be 22 minutes and 30 seconds. Once again, that flag goes up, and BW maintains possession, trying to get out of a tough 3-0 hole. In order to do that, they really need the offense to step up for the first time tonight. And that kick is up there, but taken by Leanne Williams. Goalie trying to tack together another shutout. As Leanne Williams, 4-4-2 as a starting goalie this year. Mount Union back on the BWN. And a head bump out of bounds by Brianna Bradbury. There's still time to come back in this game. But BW, it's just not their night so far. Really trying to get that psychological advantage here on Breast Cancer Awareness Night after Mount Union beat them last year on their Breast Cancer Awareness Night. Hopefully it's meant to be, but it does look sleek right now. As Mount Union once again has offensive possession, Madeline Bullis feeds it off to Riley Hutton on the other side, the near side, from the middle. Now the kick down the middle by Carly Beringer, and to track you down is Eleanor Bush, who just kicks it out of bounds. Good decision to get it out of the grasp of Sydney Mudge. Genevieve Smith subbing back in for BW. As mentioned before, Genevieve Smith is from Greensburg, Indiana. Greensburg, Indiana, southwest of Indianapolis by maybe about 53 miles, just an hour southeast of Indianapolis. More of a small town down there in southeast Indiana. If you think about it, it's actually a halfway point between Indianapolis and Cincinnati. If you want a more closer glimpse of where Greensburg is. Just off of I-74. But here comes that free kick coming for the Purple Raiders, who are just dominating with 3-0 right now. Trying to get their second shutout victory in 3 games. As of right now, coming into tonight, they've had 4 shutout victories. A 2-0 win against Chatham at home back on September 3rd, back on September 10th. 2-0 against Geneva at Adrian, September 22nd. 2-0 in, obviously, last week. A 2-1 victory over Heidelberg at home at Keir Stadium. 20 minutes to go now in this match. BW will throw in from the middle third. Once again, just a lot of Purple Raider jerseys there. It looks like we will get maybe a little free foul kick coming for Baldwin Wallace. Into the box, but good head bump by a Purple Raider. They're just really clamping down on that defense. That was Lauren Bailey with the head bump. And a player trips to the ground. Looks like another foul coming for Mount Union. And now they're going to be kicking it from close to that middle third. So it's going to be a little farther this time. Kick is up and away, and it does go into the box. That was a good kick. Just a little scruffle down there, and unsuccessful shot from Sophie Kirsten. Number 11, Sean Blake, checking back in for the Purple Raiders. Another free kick coming for Eleanor Bush. Kick up and away. Around the middle third. And getting away from the action is Simone Teal, who finds Riley Hutton. Can she do it here? Can she get the shot? No. She did not get that angle. She did not get it far out enough. And it was a little too high. So it remains a 3-0 game. Here comes the goal kick now for Kelly Carver. Up and away. Getting back there is Rachel Washburn from Mount Union. Feeds it off to Hutton, who feeds it off to Teal. Now back to Washburn. Around that sideline, it goes out of bounds. Past the yellow line. It will stay on this side of the field. Mount Union still has possession. Simone Teal maintaining her footwork. Now Riley Hutton trying to feed it off to number 16, Jillian Wiersma. That kick is up and away, but sailing past that yellow line. Once again, we thank you for tuning in to this women's soccer game here on Flow College. This Yellow Jackets women's soccer game being brought to you by Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. As that goes out of bounds with 16 and a half minutes to play. And it appears we have a corner kick coming for BW. From the far end, looks like the wind's starting to blow a little stronger here. Number 3, Ella James, just gets a soft corner kick. Maybe a little scared of the wind. Here comes the shot well too far right. Now we have a Purple Raider subbing in. Number 4, Eva Bruchetta. The senior from Mentor, played at Mentor Lake Catholic. As this free kick up and away from Eleanor Bush. As well in the game for Mount Union is number 40, Reese Lipscomb, a sophomore from Uniontown. And out of bounds is Lexi Thompson, unable to keep it in play inside that yellow line. Comes the throw-in. And it looks like a player got tripped there. No foul. Lipscomb getting in there to keep possession for Mount Union. Now, Sean Blake in the middle. Feeds it down the middle. Just keeping it away now to Chloe Smith. Chloe Smith hustling back. A deflection there. Out of bounds we go. It's going to stay with the Raiders. That ball is up high. Kelly Carver right there for Baldwin Wallace. And she just rolls it in like a bowling ball. Good hustle down the field. Looks like that is Sophie Kirsten, but just taken right away as maybe just a little miscommunication between her and Genevieve Smith. Lipscomb playing some good defense as well. Lipscomb did not play at all in the first half, but actually playing her first minutes here in half number 2 late in this 3-0 affair. She's also a young underclassman, so it's always good to give her some minutes. Especially late in what appears to be a blowout right now. As that ball goes well out of bounds, and one of the officials having to go all the way to that corner of the track to get it. Raiders ball, they throw it in. 2-on-1 for BW. Looks like she was trying to find Bruchetta, maybe. But it doesn't matter. Back to the middle third for Mount Union. And trying to get some good separation. It's just outside the box around the corner. Can she keep it in play? Yes, but it just hit the side of the net. She just kept it in play. But maybe just at the last second. Maybe too little too late. Eleanor Bush with yet another free kick. Mount Union. Cheers just really going all down on all ends of the field tonight. Inside the box, and Leanne Williams back there. Under 12 minutes to go in half number 2. Her goal kick is up and away. Lipscomb trying to get some good attack in there. Goes out of bounds, and it appears another free kick coming for Bush. Give props to that goalie. Give props to that goalie, Leanne Williams. Leanne Williams has played now well over 1,000 minutes here this year with tonight's contest. Coming into this game with 975 minutes and 17 seconds. On her way to another complete 45-minute game, which would make it 1,020 minutes and 17 seconds if she plays these final 11 minutes, these full final 11 minutes, which more than likely she will. That kick is up there. Now taken by Behringer, number 5 for BW, and a whistle blows. We get the whistle blowing, and it's going back here to Mount Union. We get a free kick coming for Eleanor Bush again. This time it's outside the box. As their kick up, their kick is off to the middle third. Eva Bruchetta was in there for Mount Union, as we are now under 10 minutes. Mount Union just needs to hold on for the final 10 minutes, and they are on their way back to above 500 for the first time since what appears to be quite a while. They were 3-2 before that 3-game losing streak. 3-2 coming out of their game on September 22nd. So if you count their first loss on September 27th in that 3-game losing streak, just a little under a month since they've been above 500. You make that actually 25 days. So for the first time in about 25 days. And now Mount Union back on offense again. Bruchetta. It's down the sideline. Trying to keep it in play as Lexi Thompson. She does keep it in play for BW. Now to kick past the middle third. Trying to get it is Genevieve Smith. Genevieve Smith. Her shot blocked by Chloe Smith. Smith on Smith as it goes out of bounds. A throw-in coming for BW. But it's just all Mount Union as the kick away on the defensive end by, looks like Eleanor Bush, yes. The kick into the middle, and Simone Teal just deciding to stay on defense as that ball rolls out of bounds. So this is what BW has been struggling with this year, as it's taken by Leanne Williams. They started the year 0-6-2 before getting their first victory of the year almost a month in against Adrian in a tough 1-0 affair here back on September 28th. And that kick actually staying inbounds right now. And that green and orange flag go up. That flag goes up. Here comes throwing for the Raiders. With 6.5 to go. Getting some good separation, and she does keep that separation into the box. And that was a kick that would have gone in if it was just at another slight angle. Berenger almost gave up a goal for her own team. But that was just in the right angle. And it looks like a corner kick coming up for number 15, Paige Klingensmith. From the near end, her corner kick is up. That ball is going well out of bounds, past the goal. And a nice little soft goal kick there, but it's taken right back. And the goal there as it was snatched away by number 16, Jillian Wiersma. And Jillian Wiersma scores this icing goal. So, Jillian Wiersma, the graduate student from Zanesville, picks up her first goal of the season. 5.5 to go. She picks up that goal in the 39th minute. 39.5 minutes into this second half, and it's taken back by Eva Bruchetta. Wiersma, that's definitely something to pump her up. A graduate student who has not really scored a lot this year. Only played 11 minutes in the first half, but she did have one shot in the first half, so it's not like she ain't trying. That goes out of bounds with just under 5 minutes to play now. In what has been a game-clinching goal for Mount Union, who are well on their way to a shutout victory right now, unless BW can score maybe one goal here in the final 5 minutes. But with the way this is going, Mount Union is well on their way to that shutout right now. And it would be their 5th shutout victory of the year. Now it looks like a corner kick coming up for BW. Number 20, Sophie Kirsten. Sophie Kirsten, the junior from South Elgin, Illinois, kicks it away. And once again, diving in there on that shot was Leanne Williams. So Williams will get her goal kick up and away. Her punt is up and down. Around the middle third again. Mount Union just getting some good head bumps in there. As Wiersma feeds it off to, it appeared, I'm trying to spot that number, maybe a new sub for Mount Union. Yes, that may be a new sub for Mount Union. Number 26, Clara Double, the senior from Salem. But now just over 3 minutes to go. And a corner kick coming up for the Raiders. Number 12, Anya Stupica, the sophomore from Chesterland in Geauga County. Played at the private school Hawken. Trying to get that kick in there. Kelly Carver did play some good defense, but that kick did not go towards the goal. It sailed far to the right. The clock stops at 2:49. Simone Teal back into the game for Mount Union, and Carly Berger back into the game for BW, who will drop to 3-10-2 on the year. It's just definitely been a year that BW would want to forget for sure. They got a 2-game road stand that starts Saturday. They travel to Marietta this Saturday afternoon, and they'll be at Heidelberg on Wednesday afternoon at 4 p.m. when they take on Heidelberg out in Tiffin. And they'll be back here next Saturday at 1 p.m. when they play host to Muskingum in the alumni recognition game. So that sky kick up as we are in the final 2 minutes. Throwing around the middle third. Just taken away, just snatched away. That has just been the kind of night so far right now for Mount Union. Just really not playing nice at all, as they should not play nice against a tough rival. But you always got that little friendly rival, as these two schools are only separated by, as mentioned, 65 miles. And they will head back to Alliance, Mount Union will, with a tough rivalry victory here in Berea on the road. Always love to win if you're Mount Union in the historic confines of Tressel Field and George Finnie Stadium. Now under a minute to play, as Mount Union can probably just sit on it here. They find Wiersma trying to get the back kick, taken by Behringer of Baldwin Wallace. And it looks like Mount Union just controlling this time of possession. Doesn't look like Baldwin Wallace will get another chance to score. And the wind definitely blowing harder. I can see that little flag in that corner, that far end corner, just really sailing the corner, those flags away. And it looks like another corner kick in the final 15 seconds. Corner kick up and away and out of bounds. As under 10 seconds to go, Carver will probably just maybe roll it in or maybe get a goal kick up and away. And she just gets the goal kick away, and that's it. So, Mount Union with the shutout victory, their second shutout victory in 3 games. They defeat rival from the OAC, the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets, 4-0. They improved to 6-5-2 on the year overall and 3-2 in the OAC. And Mount Union rolling high, roaring high, and back to those winning ways. For the first time in 25 days, they are above 500 after what was a 3-game losing streak in that middle stretch of the season. But they finally found a way to get back on track with 3 games to go in the regular season. So actually a 16-game season, regular season. We said it was 17 in the regular season, but it's actually 16 for Mount Union. But here is their slate. They will travel to Ohio Northern on Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. And then on Wednesday, they'll be back home at 7 p.m. where they take on Marietta. And we'll be at Capitol down in Columbus next Saturday afternoon. For Baldwin Wallace, they got one more game here next Saturday. So if they want to just go out strong with a bang, it's definitely not been a pretty year as you have 3-10-2 as your record. But you just really want to play for pride at this point. You really want to just find a way to maybe put some goals in to really give yourself a chance heading into next season. Really not an awful lot of seniors here. A very young team. I'm seeing only about maybe 2 seniors here for Baldwin Wallace. So that is probably a good reason why they have not had the best of seasons so far. They dropped to 2-3 in the OAC. And with 3 games remaining in the regular season, all they want to do is just find a way to get some offensive execution. And that's pretty much all you need to work on, as well as the defense as well. Maybe tightening up a little bit. But nothing you can do against a tough OAC rival in Mount Union. With Noah Ricks here on Flow College, we thank you for tuning into tonight's broadcast. Today's Yellow Jacket women's soccer game has been brought to you by University Hospital's Drzezinski Sports Medicine Institute, a proud official healthcare provider for BW Athletics and its student athletes. But this is Noah Ricks signing off here from Berea. Final score here from Berea, Mount Union 4 and Baldwin Wallace 0. We thank you for watching Yellow Jacket women's soccer on Flow College.